Hey everyone! Welcome to the show. Oh my gosh, my name is Krystene Du Maurier, and I don't see the chat. I think I'm going to have to grab it over here. If I can do that. I think I can. Hold on a minute. Hi, you guys. Today is April 27, uh, 2026, and we are going to be talking about numerology today. Oh my gosh, you guys are here. Okay, so everything is working. Woo! All right. Um, yes. Today's show is going to be dedicated to the forecasts for May and talking about the energy of five, which is loaded with change and potential and possibility, you guys. So I'm really looking forward to this conversation. I can talk about numbers and numerology in my sleep. So, half the time when I sit down and I prepare, it's like, just don't, because it is just so much a part of my thinking and my system. Join me in the chat room, guys. Everybody over at 12 Radio, I need to take care of that. That's what I need to do right now. Hold on a minute. I've got Serena barking in my ear saying, Mom, Mom. Okay, there we go. All right. I am going to, now I'm almost there, you guys. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. All right, I'm there. Hello, 12 Radio Land. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Krystene Du Maurier, and you are listening to the Thru line. If you guys want to join me in the chat room, you're going to have to head over to YouTube and hit my channel. My handle is the @ Krystene Du Ma. All right. So join me in the chat room right there. And right now we have Suzanne, who is here. I'm so glad you're here with me today, honey. And Serena's here. Good morning. Thank you. I know I'm looking lovely. I feel lovely. You guys. Okay, so what I want to first talk about is the remote healing that is happening this afternoon, and or wherever you are in the world. It's from 5 to 5:30, and I will definitely be putting it in the chat room. I am a remote healer, and what I have done for decades, there we go. What I've done for decades is hold group community healings as a collective. And I just started those up again. So if you'd like to join every Monday, I'm just going to hold it like clockwork, 5 to 5:30. It is over the phone. And I act as a conduit to provide healing energy for the group. And with the deep empathy of me as a double Taurus, everything's in my body. I feel where the discomfort is. So a lot of people will come and they will find me for remote healing sessions, for surgery, if it's pre or if it's post, to help with the healing process. It's really kind of beautiful how that happens. And it speeds up recovery. To stress, anxiety, if you're on emotional overload, if you just find that your head is just struggling with overload, this is just rebalancing the physical body and the light body, your subtle body, right? And it's working with the field in a way that brings more space, just more space, so you feel less compressed, and then you feel clear in your head. And people have asked me also about the more intense things like illness and things that can't be fixed, you know. And I have some remarkable stories of being of service to others and helping them come back to a homeostatic state. So if you guys would ever like to have a remote healing session with me, you absolutely can do so. All right. And healing is remote healing with long-term illness, that those take repetition and time, and it's a two-way street where it's you working with me as we collaborate together, you know. So it's a longer conversation. And you know, on that note, you guys, I have rebooted my website, Crescendo. Let me see if I can get it into the chat room. Just a second. There we go. And you can book remote healing sessions with me through here. Okay. And hold on. I'm almost there. There we go. And just kind of like cruise around and see what I'm all about. Yeah, I wear a lot of hats, especially when it comes to all things 6 cents. Yes. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on in May. May is the month where things solidify. They solidify. And there is also what happens is you have a new beginning. And that new beginning is going to be in the categories that make up our lives. Relationships and our careers. What's going on with our health is also there. And boots on the ground stuff, right? So how that interacts with your personal year number is the key that you're going to want to pay attention to throughout the next 50 or so minutes that we're together. And I also have just, you know, I've started to do these short shorts, like 3-minute shorts for every personal year, just for what your bogey and your aim and your target is, as well as the underbelly. keep your eye out for these behaviors and these choices. This is a month that you're just really going to want to take advantage of to the best of your ability, so that you don't miss some things. All right. So first, how do you figure out your personal year number? I want you to do part of the math equation. I'm just going to take care of the other one for you. Take your day and your month of birth, add them together. Just do that. And if you have a double-digit number, add those two together. And you just keep adding together until you reach a single digit, okay? That's all you do. Now, what you're going to do is what I'm going to tell you to do. Add +1. 2026 is all added up to 1. So just add the number 1, and that's your personal year number. And again, if you got a double digit number like 10, you'd add 1 plus 0 is 1. You're in a 1 personal year. So it's your day and your month of birth. Add them together until you get a single digit. And then add the number 1 to it. And then if you have to add again to get a single digit, that is your personal year number. Okay? You guys got it? Jean. Hello, Jean. You're giving me an update on the lost Tiffany ring. Okay. Okay. Denise, hi. You okay? So did I tell you to look for us? I'm not following that one. I'm so sorry, darling. And then Denise, hi, Denise. Yes, I look cozy by my fireplace. That's about ready to shift and change with the weather. So you guys know what your personal year number is, all right? The fascinating thing for me about numerology is that it is a consistent, continual cycle of movement and change. And so when I walk through the numbers, you guys, like you start with 1 and you march your way up all the way to 9, you notice the similarities with what I'm saying. So for your personal year number, moving through the dynamic landscape of 5, your target is going to be something different, all right? But I'm talking about the numbers, so pay attention to the numbers. I will tell you what your target is inside of this dynamic, and you'll just start to learn organically because they interact with each other in a fascinating way. And the build that starts in January, it depends on what you laid down in that 1 month. So January's 1. It means a bunch of stuff. February is 2. March is 3. April is 4. May is 5. Next month is going to be 6 in June. Each one of these numbers houses very specific opportunities that we have to lean into. And that means making decisions and choices of how we're going to build our lives. Yeah. And, just like astrology is always moving. The sky, us, we are a ball, a rock hurtling at what speed throughout the cosmos. You just know that there's movement, and there's movement inside of our number cycles as well. Okay. All right. I wanted to say something else about that, but I don't think I'm going. All right. So why is this month? Why is 5 where things happen? It's because in January, the focus and the target was your unique creativity. Get out there and do something with it. Get out there and lay something down. That means get up. That means bend over and get to work. That's what that means. And it has to be like anchored in right here. 2 takes it out and begins to talk to people about it. So how good or better can you get at communication and not taking things personally and looking for like the longer target of the art of diplomacy. 3, March was about your authentic expression actually moving through your mouth. You being you being creative, dynamic, inspirational, because it is the closest expression that you can get to the essence of your soul and reason for being, okay? 4 is about stability, structures, orders, systems. It looks boring to most people, like, reorganizing, rearranging things so that they work better. It's foundational. Now we move into 5, which is, you ready? Here we go. It's adventure. It's getting out there and proactively saying yes to everything that has been front-loaded that you built starting in January. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Jean and I think it was Kat in the... I don't think that was me, honey. Yeah, most radio shows or shows, I just don't do readings. I do readings over at 12listen.com because I want to teach. I'm a teacher, and I want to talk about numerology and remote healing and all sorts of things. So good luck with that. Okay. So a couple of shows back, I talked to you guys about the cycles and that they're set at your birth. For example, this is for me, we are all in this incredible one global year. The next 3 years are massive. They're huge. It's a 10, an 11, and a 12. So I'm taking this seriously. I am taking advantage of it. I am working my fanny off. And I know why I've got my nose down and I'm doing what I'm doing. I will always be, because of my birth chart, in a 7 personal year whenever I hit a 1 global year cycle. And that tells me so much about what happens for me personally when I am in the arc of the 12 months. For me is going to be about mysticism. It's going to be about finding my place in the world as a spiritual being, having a human experience. It deepens that. I get answers that are profound, but it requires that I spend more time by myself and that I have the space to go into the depths of what all that means, and that it's not just isolated to that, but that's just like the general overview. So for all of you, if you're in a 1 personal year and we are in a 1 global year, every single time the cycle for us hits a 1 personal year, it for you, right? For you, every single time the global year lines up for you with your 1 personal year, that's always going to be the way that it is. And it means stuff. It means a lot of stuff. It means that it's a double surge for you to build something new and to really take your life to the next level. But you are going to be working hard at it and commit to it. Never give up, never give in. It's not a lot of downtime, but you will experience the fruits of your efforts because you will have moved your life in a direction of a new job, new way of making your money. It's all about boots on the ground, new relationship with yourself it's something new. All right? And it's completely generated by your vision and your goals. I hope I'm not squirreling too much. I don't know. I'm going to keep going on this because I think this is important. And so the global year 1, with all you 2-pinners out there, 2 personal year journey years out there, right? That coupling is always going to be the same. Every time there's a 1 global year, you're going to be experiencing your 2 personal year and all the way through. And and this deep connection to your birth chart, if to add one more little tiny teeny thing, is that your life path is synonymous at your birth with your personal year number, right? So that these layers and these dynamics are always going to be in play and always in this perpetual motion as we live through every single day of our life with mindful focus and light with our emotions. I was listening to Mark Husson's show. He's my boss. I just adore him. You guys, if you haven't subscribed to Mark's channel, you absolutely need to. Mark Husson, all right? Astrology for Life, right here on YouTube. He was talking about that the emotions that you were feeling on Tuesday aren't what you're feeling right now. Emotions, they come and they go, and life's opportunities, they come and they go. And it's just life, right? It's how we meet those opportunities, which is mindfulness and knowing that there's a balance. There's a counterbalance that's happening all the time that we get to just kind of relax into and say, okay, wait a minute, take a beat, take a minute. Right in this moment, I'm fine because I'm breathing and my heart is beating. I'm actually fine. You can calm down your reactionary response and know that there will be on the other side of it something that feels different than where you are right now, right? Okay. Okay, so let's move this conversation to what's going on in May. Because this energy of 5 is really hot, it burns incredibly quickly. You don't really have a lot of time to think things through necessarily when opportunities come. So it could be a chance meeting with somebody who is connected to your business, or a personal relationship, or something that comes in. It comes in fast. 5 energy is fast. And in that moment, knowing that you will have these experiences, like, so you guys, I'm thinking front load, just being present and ready for them. Fully expect them to come in, because they will. You get called into your boss's office and you have a feeling that you know that you're going to be offered that promotion. Is that the promotion that you want, or would you like a different conversation? Or it even goes farther than that. It goes into somebody way up in a company that finds you and offers you gives you like some chance that you hadn't even considered. Be ready for things like this. All right. What is best? How do you get ready for something like that? What do you want in your future? How do you want it with the work that you do and how you make your money? What would you really be super excited about to have the opportunity if it was presented to you, So and why is that important? That's important because you will be prepared and in the right state of mind to react to this conversation in a way that you're really going to feel good about, because you'll be sitting in your own agency, and you'll kind of do this like, here it is, it's happening. Here it is, it's happening. Now, the other place that it happens is, oh gosh, yeah, that's okay. You guys remind me, border of our comfort zones. I need to talk about that, because that's also what each one of these monthly cycles does. It pushes us to the border of our comfort zones. The other place where 5 will show up is in relationship, and all of a sudden you could have a hot and heavy something going on, or somebody who's really interested in that. And I want you to think about what it is that you want for yourself. I'm not kidding. In 5 energy, people come together. You meet new people. And those people, there's a dynamic connection that you will have with them. For lovelies that you're in committed relationships and you're solid and you're stable inside of yourself, that's fantastic. And also know that when this rolls up to your feet, it's not, 5 energy is not balls that we have to go chase. The balls just roll up to our feet. And it's contingent on what we've laid out since the beginning of the year. All right? In perpetuity with our lives. But yeah, I digress. So if you're ready and in the space to have new experience in relationship, and you're really clear with yourself about what that is and how you define it, because people are in all sorts of different dynamics in relationship, in intimate relationship, right? And I have no judgment or opinion about any of them. I have my own choice for myself about, I know what I want and I know what is best and right for me. And so I'm super clear about that when this ball will roll up to my feet this month as well. You guys just have to decide that for yourself. So it will happen in your career. If you run your own business, you guys, also, I want you to pay attention to the opportunities that come your way and decide ahead of time what it is that you would like and what would work with your overall goal and vision so you don't squirrel. And you'll be ready for opportunities. If people want to collaborate with you, they want to use your goods and your services. If they're in alignment, that's your job to check with. And for health, I've had I've had some pretty intense experiences for myself personally when I was in a 5 personal year for my health, and it caught something that needed to be addressed. So don't be surprised if there is something that gets caught for you that you can quickly take care of. It's just a burn. This is a burning energy. It's like a forest fire that just takes off in our life because it's time. The building of the last 4 months, yeah, and I got tingles running through my body, is bringing us to this powerful month of movement, and we want to take advantage of it. We also want to be incredibly thoughtful as we step into it. Things are going to happen, you guys, for all of us. And you want to be able to be prepared for it. Yeah, just be prepared for it. The 5 energy needs a catch. It needs a stability point. So if you have an opportunity that is, again, the danger of 5 energy is you could make a relationship decision, or you could hook up with somebody but you're already in a committed relationship and you say, screw it, I'm just going to do it anyways. Well, there's potential consequences to that, right? You need to have a solid catch. You need to have a solid catch. If somebody says, let's go to Zimbabwe and we're going to, spend the next 3 weeks, blah, blah, blah. Financially, you got to check. Can your bank account handle something like that? And also, what will it produce for your aims and your goals, right? There is the danger of 5, which you want to be. The analogy that I have for this is if you have a book of matches, you have 5 matches in the book of matches. Make sure that you light each one consciously because it will produce rapid change. That's it. Just make sure that you light each match carefully because when you drop that match, it's going to ignite. And you want to be really thoughtful about where it is that's going to happen. Okay. Yeah, that's what I want to say about that. So, all right. So let's circle back around and I'll check in on the chat room, guys, to see if you've got any questions. And you can share too about the things that you hope are going to happen. And it's sitting in your heart of hearts that it's going to happen, because the odds of it actually happening are pretty high. That's what I wanted to talk about before I jump into the cycles. I'm doing good on time. Okay. Is when we start thinking about, well, what do I want in my life? We start to pay attention to intentionality. of living life on purpose and partnering with our lives in a way that is driven by our own unique desires. Yeah. What do you want in this one personal year to bring into your life that has value and meaning to you, right? And as we're in this five energy of change and action and movement and adventure and new things, we being proactive about it is one powerful tool because we've already thought about these things, not in a victimized way. Why do the same things keep happening to me? Or in a survival way. Really think about what would really make me excited and pleased with my existence, that I would like to have happen. Yeah. That's not like I want to win the lottery. Well, you can go for that too. I mean, I think a lot of people use numerology to play the numbers. Um, I don't think anything's really off the table, but what I want to stress here is the thing here, you, because that's really what the one energy is all about. Do if you're a mother, are you thinking about expanding your family? This would be a good year to do that. And if you're running your own business, would you like to extend it to do something else or start another business? Or would you like to move up in the company? Or would you like to start a new way of making money? If you're in relationship, that's your friendships and your intimate relationships. And if you're a parent, I always want and need, I always include the parents. I need to do that more because, boy, you guys are amazing. You don't get enough credit. What would you like to bring in that is new? What is this new thread, this new way of being, right? So it's about you feeling good about yourself and the life that you're living and the life that you're creating. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about this coupling now. I'm going to go into the personal year cycles. You guys have any questions? You have any comments? You just throw them into that chat room. The one pinner in this five energy, where the change is going to happen is in the six energy. 1 + 5 is 6. So the change for you guys is going to sit in family. Your family dynamics, the community that you're the family and the community that is made up of your personal relationship environment right there. Change is going to happen, and the type of change will be sitting around health, healing, and wholeness, and stability, and structure, and order. Okay, so be prepared. That means be prepared to have conversations, interactions that are moving towards nurture and support and love. I'm going to quickly move through all of them and then I'll circle back around. All right. 2 pinners. 2 + 5 is 7. Your bogey is 7. So the change for you 2 pinners in May is going to literally be sitting in mysticism. And mysticism, the deeper nature of spirituality and your understanding of spirituality. I fully expect for all 7 pinners, you guys are going to put some things together that are profound in the weaving of this heart-centered intelligence of 7 with how you move in your life, in your world, and how you relate to people. All right. So for the 2 pin in May, the change is going to be more about how your understanding of this concept. It's a big deal. And also magic and synchronistic events, if you guys are lined up, it just happens. And it's just, for me, I geek out over that stuff. I get so excited. It's the you can't make this shit up stuff that happens in the best of ways. Three pinners. In May, your bogey is 8. 3 plus 5 is 8. And 8 is about commerce. It's abundance. It's out there in the marketplace. The change is going to happen for you in your business, your success, your prosperity, and coming together with people who are of like mind, like focus, like passion when it comes to how you are moving out there in the world of commerce. Isn't that cool? That's the change that's going to happen for you. I think all of them are beautiful. 4 pinners. 4 plus 5 is 9. This is a month that you are going to be letting things go. People, ways of making your money, ways, your job, something inside of how you are functioning in the big 3. Relationship, your career, and your personal way of living your life. Yeah. You got to let go. Relationships, long-term relationships that probably for you have been begging to be let go. You have the opportunity this month to do that. So get ready for that. And if you feel like, there's a release that needs to happen around certain habits and behaviors, get ready for that, because the ball will roll up to your feet with that one. And then also inside of your career, this is a release. This is a letting go. All right, I got to turn off my phone. 5 pinners. Woo hoo hoo hoo. 5 5. Your bogey and your goal and your target this month is 1. So rapid change is going to be sitting around your autonomy, your independence, how you move in the world, the things that are important to you, how living that, being that, and boldly moving forward. Now, this is for the 5 personal year. This is a little bit like jumping off a cliff, but having the catch to make sure, for the most part, that it's stable and in place. You're going to throw all your eggs kind of in one basket, and that basket is rapid movement and change as far as it relates to your businesses and opportunities. Taking these opportunities, it could look like an investor rolling up and saying, let's go, right? And it is exactly what you've wanted to do. Okay. And I will circle back around. I'll talk about the health as well. 6 pinners, the rapid change is going to come with, because your bogey is 2, how you talk to people and how you're finding the balance in your relationships of having it be a give and take, so that you don't feel over-indexed, and that can look like being used by somebody. 2 is incredibly expressive, and it is creative, and it is filled with beauty. 2 is, because it is so oogie googie in the feel center, but it also is about diplomatic breaking down, brokering situations, right? So you will find yourself in beautiful dynamics where you kind of are the power behind the throne, superpower here of making things happen, because you found the through line in order to launch this business with these 2 companies, or to launch. It's a launch month for you. It's going to be big. And then, okay, well, who was that? 6, 7, 7, you're moving into the energy of 3. 7 plus 5 is 3. The 3 frequency is something. No, all right, 7. Listen, I'm a 7. I'm in a 7 personal year. And if 3 is about the absolute core, beautiful essence of your soul. And it's like it's the anchor that sits in your happiness quotient, and you speak that more without apology. You are who you are, and you speak that because you simply are that, and you find the courage to be that through how you speak, through how you communicate with other people. By default, it is filled with joy. It's filled with happiness. It's filled with unique. It's gorgeous, and it in the Pied Piper way, it inspires others to do the same just by you being you. You're gonna have a huge opportunity to do this. 8 pinners, you're going into a 4. Your bogey is 4. Structures, orders, systems. Yeah. And so the opportunity is to create a mothership that is going to stand the test of time. So for the 8 pinners, it's a working month, but it's a working month that is going to just quickly line up into place with the resources that are needed in order to make that happen. 9 pin, you're always going to be doing this. 9 pinners, every single time that you hit this cycle, it doubles up. So your bogey in this 5 frequency is 5. And that means for you to embrace this newness, the new people, the new experiences, the new opportunities, the new way of being and living your life, to be adventurous, to, the dynamic of 9 is tricky because 9 always has to let go in order to make way for the new. And that let go is absolutely everything. It's always up for review. How you see something, what you understand to be true, your belief systems is that really, that's all, that's it? Seriously? I think belief systems, I could scroll down. I find them fascinating. They're always tangible or intangible and changing. Ways of living, the people that you're living with, your friendships, your relationships, your business, how you're doing pretty much anything. The recycling of the stuff that you have, and how's that going? And it's this constant, you see what I'm doing with 9? So with the 5 energy coming in, which is adventure and it's dynamic and it's rich with new experience, as these balls roll up to you, because it's like, I don't know, 5-5 is just exciting. For the 9 pin, you just kind of say yes to almost everything, okay? with your own bumpers around that. But yeah, so, and am I doing okay on time? And then I'm going to look over here. Okay, nobody's saying anything in the chat room. Okay, so let me go through this cycle again. 1 pinners, let's talk about the dynamic of community and health. That's what I want to do. I want to talk about health. This could be nurturing and loving somebody in your family that is in need of your time, your attention, potentially your resources, because they're ill and they're not well. This is a lot of leadership inside of community that you will be called into. Now, the other aspect of this is obviously about spending your time and spending your resources is also time, right? and your energy and commitment to building this community into a healthier state, and addressing things that are not in full health, and that could just be relationship status and dynamic. All right, that's time. When these balls roll up to your feet, know that you're not going to leave the room if this is important to you. Two pinners. Your bogey and your target is 7, right? The mystic. This is about everything tying together your belief systems around who you individually are and why you're here, and then by default in relationship with other people. This will move into how you are doing your business next year or next month, because you're going into an 8 bogey and target in June. Somehow this time is going to impact you moving forward, and how it's like a seamless experience that rolls into you showing up, how you show up in your life. And I really need to throw down for all the 7s. My head is buzzing. Catch yourself from falling into the depths of pessimism or paranoia or not trusting the process. That is just a separation of community, honestly. It's a separation away from inclusion and love. And that's the dual dynamic of 7 is, it's monk-like, because you do spend time alone. And when you're spending time alone, you're getting pulled into that place of needing to have more non-talking time. You feel the binary pull of unconditional love and inclusion, and what we're up against here, which is exclusionary practices and not trusting and pushing away. You can feel it on a global level, right? So to have compassion with this part of yourself, and with the 7 frequency that says right here, it is our mystic. It is our these are our beautiful spiritual teachers. Okay, I'm checking on time. I'm okay. Three pinners with this 8 bogey. There isn't a lot. I was talking about health. There isn't really 2 pinners. There's nothing there about health. It is for the 1 pin. I'm not worried about 2 pin or 3 pin. 3 pin. The exciting thing for you with this 8 frequency is that you get to be more of all that you are. That is these opportunities that, it's like, is that really all you got? Is that really all that you're about? You get to speak and say, no, I got more. Because we all are so incredibly dynamic and beautiful in our spiritual selves. We really are. And then there's a ton of, that's not all there. And you get to bring this into the work that you do. So say yes to those opportunities. And when people ask you, say yes. There is more. And I was thinking about this idea. And then also when you have the new, business connections that show up, and they say, tell me more about you. And you just share that that's not all. Okay. These cycles, they push up against every single month without fail, rain or shine. They push up against our comfort zones. Comfort is the known. It's everything that we know. And so, okay, I know that. I feel good about that. That makes, yep. But the moment that we're pushed into the realms of the unknown, we're in we are outside of our comfort zones. And it's not going to be comfortable until we get to know it a little bit, right? So this 5, it sounds great, and adventure, freedom. Let's get out there and do all these wonderful things and meet all these wonderful people and have all these new experiences. And yet the push is outside of our comfort zone because it's something new, right? Okay. So you being mindful and thinking about things ahead of time, right? In the work I do, I get all the time, Chris, you're not going to believe what happened. I'm like, yeah, right. And it is partially tied to these cycles for the most part. Yeah. Because when I talk about numerology. Okay. So 3s and 4s, your bogey and target is 9. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. Just drop the stuff that is got to be released in order for you to make space for the new, which is going to roll in next month. You have to take advantage of this. And I know that if you're all mindful about this with this 5 energy of this month, which is just the forest fire that burns stuff down, it's making way for the new. Just be mindful about it. All right. And 6s, you are in a 2. Be highly aware of of how you're talking to people, and highly aware of your communication style, and highly aware that this is a give and take, and that you are experiencing a deepening of how you're relating to people, and you're hearing both sides of the equation, right? And you're a willow that bends but doesn't break. And that's not a negative. It's a beautiful positive, because relationship and communicating and understanding can create, the ends of wars, right? Yeah. Okay. And 7 pinners, listen, with this 3 energy that's coming up, more of your spiritual lessons. I literally am going into a editing meeting in a second here for the book. I know I keep on saying I got to talk to you guys about it, but more of me and what is being asked of. You got more? Like, how much of me am I willing to share with the world? Right. More. It's courage, right? It pushes up against those boundaries of comfort. Like, this is what I know, and I'm comfy with that. But when we get into like, I want the lights to turn on all this stuff that I don't know. That's where we have faith and all that kind of beautiful. Yeah. So, okay. 8 pinners, you're moving into, you got the 4, build. Discipline. Make sure that your schedule is super tight. And 9s, you got to get out and play and let your hair down. Take advantage of it. Go on those vacations. Have a marvelous time. Meet people. Say yes to anything, that is outside your comfort zone. Just say yes. Within your own personal boundaries. Don't breach those boundaries that are exclusive to you and what you feel is that, the best right way to live your life. All right, guys? I made it. I think I made it. Oh, okay. Be powerful. Hello, my dear. 6 pin makes sense with the History Project. I've been talking to you about new ways to listen to each other. Yeah. And you guys, I promise, I'm going to start uploading the shorts that I'm just going to slowly, I'll post them a couple a day, I think. And then I'll cover the things like the underbelly for each pin. Just make sure. And you, if I can ask you to like these videos and put a little heart there, a little comment, that's really important to YouTube, as well as subscribe to my channel. I just completely always forget to do that. I would love to build this site and have it be a community where I could just come in here and this is where we interact, So like and subscribe, and then write little comments in there. Questions. I love everybody's questions too. I'm at the end of the show, and I love all of you. And I'm so excited that I'm back on the airwaves. I really, really am. And you guys make everything. You just make everything. Reason for doing this is you. So I want to thank you for being here and being a part of my life in this way. Okay, guys. Have the most amazing week. You can always find me over at 12listen if you would like a reading. Go to my website, crescendo.com or KrysteneDuMaurier.com if you would like a private remote healing session. All right, guys. Hugs. I will talk to you in a bit. And I know I have to change the screen here to ending soon. I just kind of want to hang out with you here for a minute because I'm going to lose the chat in the room. Yeah. All right, you guys. I'll see you next week.